Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from townhall.com saying December 22nd says there's no way this claim about Israel's war in Gaza is true. And just the headline alone made me go into the article and be like, what are they talking about? I think I might have an idea, but let's check. So let's just check ourselves. Says who knew that Hamas would find an ally in the United Nations, whose Security Council passed a resolution for an indefinite pause in the fighting in Gaza, and the UN can go absolutely F itself. Says the United States abstained, paving the way for this pro-terrorist insanity. World leaders are either idiots, naive, or pro-Hamas because we know what Hamas will do when they get their Islamist hands on the aid packages, and they'll steal them as they've done for years. And you can find video right now of that happening with the aid packages that have just been sent there. Says the narrative to support such actions is also soaked in hyperbole. The Associated Press returned to its true propaganda form on this issue when it peddled this piece about how Israel's war in Gaza was one of, quote, the deadliest and most destructive in recent history, end quote, which, again, if you're saying that, you actually think that, you're a dumbass, okay? And you should be pointed and laughed at out of the room. Says the experts are saying this, but who are these people? It's also demonstrably false. Then Mary Catherine Ham, an excellent follow on X Twitter, go ahead and follow her. She said, experts in what? To what they say. Yeah, obviously nothing. And then just Oilfield Rando, another excellent follow as well, Squinting. And also the fact that it's Genghis Khan here thing. Israel's campaign or military campaign is among the most destructive in history. There's Genghis Khan so it says the Israeli military campaign in Gaza, experts say again, what experts, now sits among the deadliest and most destructive in recent history. In just over 2 months, the offensive has wreaked more destruction than the raising of Syria's Aleppo between 2012 and 2016, which I highly doubt, Ukraine's Mariupol, or proportionately, the Allied bombing of Germany in World War II, which again, I highly doubt. It has killed more civilians than the US led coalition did in its 3 year campaign against the Islamic State group. The Israeli military has said little about what kinds of bombs and artillery it is using in Gaza. But from blast fragments found on site and analysis of strike footage, experts are confident that the vast majority of bombs dropped on the besieged enclave are U.S. made. They say the weapons include 2,000-pound bunker busters that have killed hundreds in densely populated areas. And by some measures, destruction in Gaza has outpaced Allied bombings of Germany during World War II. Again, I'm going to press X to doubt on that. So between 1942 and 1945, the Allies attacked 51 major German cities and towns, destroying about 40 to 50% of their urban areas, said Robert Pape, a U.S. military historian. Pape said this amounted to 10% of buildings across Germany, compared to over 33% across Gaza, a densely populated territory of just 140 square miles. Says Gaza is one of the most intense civilian punishment campaigns in history, said Pape. It now sits comfortably in the top quartile of the most devastating bombing campaigns ever. Again, who is this guy? And this first little sentence here is my response to that. It says it's laughable. Yeah, I agree with that. So first, the phrasing. The article says recent history because the Lebanese civil war was by far more destructive and deadly than this operation in the Gaza Strip. Second, by some measures, this war outpaced Allied bombings of Nazi Germany. In other words, it's nowhere close. It's an offensive cherry-picking manufactured narrative to rope the IDF into some mythical war crime tale. The Israeli invasion of Gaza isn't as destructive as anything in World War II. Yeah, I wouldn't even go there. Says also, what about an invasion of Iraq? What about the Iran-Iraq war? All were more deadly than the IDF's operation to eradicate Hamas from the Gaza Strip. And another Twitter account that I would recommend defending this OSINT defender says, in response to AP quote, says, I guess the Associated Press completely forgot about World War II, about the bombing of Dresden in Germany, which was what I was thinking of before when they said that about about it being more destructive than something in World War II, or the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan, or even the bombing of Stalingrad in the Soviet Union. Yes, they probably did forget that. This is what I love is that Israel is likely and should ignore any call for a ceasefire until Hamas is wiped out. That is correct. Just let the anti-Semites of the world seethe. They have no power or say here. Because I still can't believe some people thought this war was on par with past civil wars and invasions in the region. It's historical literacy at its worst, but that one was one that was predictable. Yeah, and it's bringing out not just the anti-Semites, but the people who just don't know anything about history at all. Like there's a lot of people just clowning themselves about this entire conflict, and it's pretty funny to see. So that's a short one today. What do you think about this? Do you agree with the AP that this is one of the most destructive in history? If you do, please explain your reasoning why you think that, even though, as we've already explained in this article, it is in no way, shape, or form that. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.